Hey there, kiddos, and welcome back to the channel. I'm Uncle Frank, hoping that you are having a great day. And in today's video, I'd like to sit back in the very squeaky chair, relax, and have a little conversation with all of you guys about motivation and self-improvement and envy and success and perfection and all the other wonderful buzzwords that social media dude bro influencers like to throw around in order to get you, yes, you, to buy their new 5-week course on success that you too can become a true Sigmar male, or whatever it is they're calling it. So, let's talk about positive motivation and negative motivation in this video. Because, in my opinion, they both exist. And in my opinion, you really do have a choice of which one you use in order to achieve the success you want to see in this world. Let's talk about that for a bit. A wise man once said something along the lines of, comparison is the thief of joy. And man, do I find that statement, that quote, to be on point when it comes to the world of really anything in general, but we're talking about the TCG world, so let's talk about the TCG world. No matter what your walk of life is, no matter what path you've chosen to set yourself down, anything that can be measured in a framework of success versus not success, there's going to be someone better than you. Okay, in every field of life. Okay, for every one person who is mega successful, rich or athletic or super good at some game like chess or Pokemon or something, for every person who's reached insane success and popularity and the heights of fame and whatever, there's going to be hundreds or thousands of people who wish that they had that success, that they had that level of achievement in some way. And that's just a fact of life. But part of that fact of life flips around with the idea that there's no such thing as an end goal for success. Because to be the most successful person ever would mean that you're perfect in some way. And in my opinion, there's no such thing as perfect. Life is a ever-changing, ever-shifting set of parameters. And perfection can never, in my opinion, truly be achieved. Everything can be improved slightly in some capacity, regardless of how great or perfect or amazing it seems. So there's always going to be someone better. But let me tell you, just because there's someone better than you, someone more successful than you, doesn't mean that that person is inherently, by their nature, better than you or destined to be more successful than you. Sure, there's some people out there who have definitely had a leg up in life. Either they lucked into their fortune in the right time, or they had the right upbringing, the perfect education, or something like that. But for the most part, a lot of people out there that you can compare yourself to and be envious of in your day-to-day life, a lot of them are really not that much different from you and I. The big difference is not in who they are intrinsically, but in how they spend their time and what they're doing in order to get the success they have achieved. I almost guarantee, key word here, if there is a sport that you want to be successful at, and you're comparing yourself to some famous athlete, that athlete is not inherently better than you. I almost guarantee it. Instead, they're working harder than you. They're sweating blood, sweat, and tears. Shedding blood, sweat, and tears. That's the one. Daily. They're working their muscles to the bone to become the best that they could possibly be in whatever their given sports field is. If you're looking for success in the world of TCG finance, I guarantee, almost guarantee, I should say, that if you're comparing yourself to some social media guy, some guy on YouTube who has millions and millions of dollars under his belt, they're not smarter than you. for the most part, I'm willing to bet that they're probably not inherently smarter than you. They might have more experience than you, but they're not necessarily more inherently intelligent than you. If you are truly dedicated to achieving success in the world of TCG finance. But they are working harder than you. And they are putting their experience to good use more than you are. Especially if you're newer. Obviously, if you're newer, you're going to have a harder time, I think, getting the experience necessary to kind of know how to properly navigate the world. And that's just, again, a facet of life is less experience doesn't mean less intelligent. It just means less experienced. You're not quite as attuned to the workload you want to have yet. If you look out into whatever field it is that you're interested in and you see a bunch of other successful people who already have what it is you're looking for themselves, you can't go comparing yourselves to them. You can't go being envious of them. You can't go thinking, oh, if only I already had that. Because I guarantee for 99% of individuals out there who have something that you want, whether it be fame, success, money, whatever, but they probably put in some serious work for it. They probably put in some serious effort for it. And you can have that too. There's positive motivation in this world where you set a goal for yourself and you set out to achieve that goal. Not because somebody else has that, but because you are internally motivated to achieve that goal no matter what. You put in the hours, you work the long nights, you grind as hard as you can, not because somebody else is your ultimate envious target, but because at the end of the day, you are driven to achieve your goals. And then, of course, there's negative motivation where you're driven not by your goals, but by envy because someone else has something that you want. Someone else has this huge collection. So you gotta try and catch up to them. And you're comparing yourself to them always, and you're always wondering, like, why don't I have this success yet? Why don't I have this money or this body or this car or whatever? And this leads to, well, loss of self-esteem, obviously, especially if you don't get what you want right away. It also leads to burnout and to quickly falling out of love with whatever it is you were formerly passionate about that you wanted the success in the first place. You know, someone who gets into TCGs who's constantly comparing themselves to the most successful, I don't know, Yu-Gi tuber out there who, like, wins all the major events, or the most successful Poke tubers out there who have huge collections, or the Magic tubers out there who have legions of fans and can build a commander deck in under 30 seconds. If you're constantly comparing yourselves to your idols or to your goalposts, that can quickly drain your energy, drain your desire, your drive, your self-motivation and worth, and your focus. But staying positively motivated, seeing a goal for what it is, a goal, and working towards it can be monumentally successful, especially if you take to heart the idea of slight improvements. Like I said before, there's no such thing as perfection, but there is improvement, and you can always improve. You know, if you're looking towards, I don't know, if you're looking towards a improved physical body, you can always slightly improve your physique every day by doing one more exercise. You know, you did 30 push-ups today, do 31 tomorrow, 32 the day after that, or at least try to. You know, you do 100 push-ups today, do 101 tomorrow. You know, you sort 1,000 cards because you want to have the best bulk collection ever. So you sort 1,000 cards today. Tomorrow, 1,001. The day after that, 1,002. Find some way in which you can slightly improve, and you'll find that your goals creep up on you pretty quickly because you're improving. You're not chasing after a goal, you're working towards it. Because chasing after something, constantly comparing yourself to somebody else or something else, some potentially unachievable goal, because again, there's always going to be someone better. There's always going to be someone better. You can't try to compare yourself to other people because there will always be more that you need to do. But if you have a goal, a set goal that that you want to work towards, and you have the drive and the focus and the desire to actually fulfill that goal, you can achieve damn near anything. I believe that with every fiber of my being. And focus, of course, is the real key here. But focus, drive, whatever you want to call it, motivation, whatever you want to call it. You know, you have to stay. Obviously, you don't have to have the discipline of a Shaolin monk or anything like that, but you do have to have the drive and the need and the desire to stay with it, whatever it is. Again, physics, physical fitness, almost like physical studies or whatever. Scientist crap. You know, physical fitness. Stay on top of it. Stay focused. Stay motivated. Don't compare yourself to Charles Atlas or Arnold Schwarzenegger in his prime. Compare yourself to you yesterday. Are you doing better than you were? That's the best comparison you can possibly do. So, this video was about motivation. And at the end of the day, I hope that you are getting the right kind of motivation where you feel proud of what you do every day because it's slightly better than what you did the day before. Where you feel like your goals are not only achievable, but within your reach. Because you've set goals that you want to achieve, sure, but have a path towards them. Because if you path out a goal that's achievable rather than getting a nebulous goal of catching up to somebody else, you have already done half of the mental work already. You know what you have to do. Now you just have to do it. And a lot of people out there, I've read a lot of comments online. A lot of people out there have this envious, self-destructive, self-defeating mindset when it comes to what they want in life. They compare themselves to other people, more successful people. And you can't do that. Okay, take it from somebody who's seen a lot. You can't go constantly wishing to be someone else or wishing that you were in someone else's shoes. Because even if that did happen, okay, even if you did flip things around and you found yourself in the body of a more successful person, you wouldn't suddenly be more successful. You would be in their body, sure, but you wouldn't be as successful as them. You wouldn't have their drive, their focus, or their work ethic. And if they swapped bodies with you and they were in your situation trying to work towards their goals again, they could probably pull it off, especially since they know what their goals are. They have goals and they're going to work towards them. So keep that in mind at the end of the day. If you were going to swap places with someone else, someone with more drive and focus, do you think you could keep up their success? And do you think they would be held back by your lack of success? The answer might surprise you. So that's all I got for you kiddos today. Please like, share, subscribe, all that jazz. This is 2 videos I'm recording in one night, but I wanted to put both of them out. I'm not entirely sure which one I'm going to release first, but yeah, check out the Discord, the Patreon, the TCG player link, all in the description below. Thank you guys again for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Ciao.